My name is Joe Mazzuchet, and I'm here today at InPhase Technologies with Bob Twiggs, Director of New Business Development.
Our company started in 1994 with 5 people. We have expanded from that over the 22 years to include 27 employees. Out of that number of employees, most of our staff are technical people, including engineers and highly qualified technicians. We have a couple of office staff that takes care of ordering parts and equipment and also managing, the internal business.
Bob, how many systems have you built over the years?
Joe, at this point, we're well over 100 systems deployed and built. And they are delivered all over the world. We have systems in Asia, systems in Europe, systems all over the United States. And when we deliver a system, we also support the system through the life of the program and the life of the test set, which is really important. Well, our forte really is RF and microwave measurement and measurement techniques. Along with that, you're always required to do things like power supplies to supply the voltage and current to the unit under test and all of the other stimulus. So we get into analog and digital testing as well, and really have a quite diverse set of very qualified engineers who lead the design efforts on the various programs that we do for our customers.
Whose test equipment do you use in your system development?
So we use a whole different number of off-the-shelf commercial test equipment lines, varying from Keysight to Anritsu to Rohde & Schwarz, as well as National Instruments products, which all go into our system to make a total test set. To that, we add custom designed interfaces in the forms of interface test adapters and special test equipment, along with test fixturing and cables, so that our customer receives a complete product that is ready to run with software in it, so that they can use it right from the very beginning when they receive it. We have formal, informal partnerships as value-added resellers with several of those companies I just mentioned, and that allows us to take advantage of new products they're releasing. We get an advanced look at what's available, and also to use their resources if we have a question about how the product should function.
Bob, what's the typical process that one of your customers goes through in starting to work with you on a new project?
That's a great question, Joe. We usually visit our potential customer, and the first step is to talk about their need and really assess what they want and what they need. After doing that, our engineering team gets together and synthesizes a solution to their test need, much the way their own internal test engineering group would do. We would then present our customer with a rough order magnitude estimate and an idea of how we would approach the program, talk to them a little more so that we have a good feeling that what we're suggesting is what they want and what they need. At that point, we would convert it, the rough order magnitude estimate, into a formal fixed firm price proposal that we would present to them, and if awarded the program, we would then hold design reviews and then order the equipment, build the systems, then come in to test them internally, have our customer come in and witness that, pack and ship the unit to our customer, and then our people would go with that unit, do training, acceptance, testing, and formal setup at our customer site.
Bob, who buys the hardware for your systems?
We have a number of ways to address that. We've done 3 different things. We've allowed our customer to buy and supply us the equipment, which is fine with us. We have a couple of loading docks and can certainly receive anything in here. We have worked with customers that have some existing equipment and ship that to us, and then add it to that by buying equipment for them to add to the test system. And lastly, we do a complete buy from the very least significant part, like a bolt and a screw, all the way up through the commercial off-the-shelf equipment that we would need for a test system.
How about the software, Bob? Who develops the software?
We have a group of engineers here that are software developers. All of our software developers are certified by National Instruments either as system architects or system developers. They all have degrees in electrical engineering, so they know what they're coding when they're making the test programs, so that we don't have someone writing code about something they really don't understand, and that leads to very good, high-quality measurement techniques and software that executes those techniques.
So when you're done with the software, who owns the code?
We have a number of different models. Primarily, our main model is that both companies jointly own the code. So our customer receives a license from us where they can replicate and use the code for their own internal purposes and modify the code for their own internal purposes, but can't sell it to someone else. And internally, we use that code and then modify that code to do other measurement techniques or to develop different kinds of systems. And each customer benefits from that because we build upon our history with code development, and they're getting the latest thing from us while still contributing to the development.
Bob, can InPhase supply special test equipment?
Yes, Joe, we can. We do various kinds of different special test equipment. We're here in one of our labs, and I'd like to just point out some things that are in process now. We have an ITA. This ITA has thousands of signal points, everything from RF and microwave to analog and digital. We also have a power control chassis, which is used internally to the racks to turn them on and off. We have a power switcher chassis here, which routes and supplies power to different units. And then we have a custom analog and digital chassis here, which surrounds many different test points and capacitance and other things to route signals and condition them as they flow through our piece of special test equipment.
Bob, does InPhase supply contract manufacturing for build-to-print jobs?
We do. We use our technicians that build our systems to do build-to-print work for our customers. So if our customer had something they had previously designed and have a complete design package, we'll take that package, review it, order all the equipment necessary to build that unit or that test fixture, and then our technicians will do that, we'll check it out, and then ship it to our customer. We also work with customers that have an idea where they might have designed the electrical block diagram and don't have a mechanical design, and we'll finish that and build that to spec, which is kind of a build-to-print as well.
So Bob, what kind of documentation do you provide with these systems?
Joe, we provide a complete package to our customers of design drawings. So that would include schematics, block diagrams, mechanical drawings, sheet metal drawings, machining drawings, parts list right down to the nut and bolt, software, flow diagrams, and design review packages. So as the program is progressing, our customer really knows what they're getting and there are no surprises in the end.
Bob, are there any additional reports that you supply with these projects?
Yes, we do. We, for a system, generally do on-site testing. So acceptance testing of a system produces data. So we'll provide reports to them, to our customer, about how the unit functioned. We'll simulate failures so that they can see the software is functioning properly. And we'll also make sure that all of the voltages, currents, and other stimulus to the unit under test are correct and won't damage the unit under test.
Bob, what's the typical contract billing process for these projects?
We like to bill with milestones. So since we have a work product that's worth something, we will set up milestone payments throughout the program. So we'll have milestones for a kickoff so we can order equipment. We'll have milestones when we complete design reviews, which are a significant effort of engineering, and then we'll have milestone payments when the unit is done and shipped, so that throughout the program the customer is paying a little bit each time, so that when we finish and deliver, a final payment's made once the unit is accepted by our customer and they're happy that everything is working properly.
Bob, what level of after-sales support does InPhase provide?
Joe, we provide great sales support. Our Our team of engineers and technicians support the equipment for the life of the equipment. That includes free phone support, that includes after normal warranty support via service contracts, and that also includes our normal warranty period, which is 1 to 2 years depending on the system, where we'll send an engineer or a technician to our customer's site to troubleshoot and resolve any problems that might occur, and we do that within a 24-hour period domestically and within a 48-hour period worldwide. Because we do such great systems, we hardly ever need to send anybody.
Bob, in the history of the company, have you ever retired a system and discontinued support?
We have never discontinued support. Certainly while the system was functioning, we were always there, and if our customer mothballed it and brought it back later, we supported it when it came back later. If they want us to decommission a system, say take it apart and make use of it for another program, we're happy to do that. But as long as our system is in the field functioning or mothballed and functioning later, we'll support it.
Bob, are you also involved in looking at obsolescence of equipment produced by other manufacturers that then you go and reverse engineer and produce to help support customers where that has occurred with other equipment?
Yeah, Joe, we've done several programs where we've done obsolescence replacement for our aerospace, defense, and military customers, where they'll have an old system or an old ITA that needs some replacing of obsolete parts, or the system has just stopped working and they can't get replacement parts, and we've actually reverse engineered a complete radar test system for a defense company. We've done many other types of obsolescence replacement for military customers, for aerospace companies, that involved maybe just replacing a few pieces of COTS or replacing some custom test ITAs so that they can use the system on another unit under test. So there's lots of options for a customer to do obsolescence replacement programs with us because of our engineering ability. We're really an extension of our customer's test engineering department and have the full capabilities that any good test engineering department would have.
Bob, can you tell us about some of the work that you're doing developing test systems for radars and radar altimeters?
Yes, Joe, we have quite an extensive set of test systems and standalone boxes that we use for radar target simulation and radar altimeter testing for aircraft radar altimeters, as well as systems that generate delays. So we're here in our lab with many different standalone, for example, standalone altimeter test sets, other boxes that would be included in systems for doing radar testing. And in this area, we calibrate and finalize the unit prior to shipment.
So Bob, you're doing a lot of work with the medical community. You do RF and microwave test equipment. Are you doing any work at higher frequencies?
Yes, Joe, we do. We do quite a bit of work in the 60 and 70 gigahertz area of the microwave bands for some of our satellite manufacturers and customers. And we also do a lot of fiber optic test sets for some of our military customers that include fiber optic spectrum analyzers, fiber optic power meters, fiber switches, all cobbled together in a system to test various fiber optic devices.